Everybody, guess what? It's Thursday, and we're here with Leipers Fork Distillery. Got Lee and Lindley Kennedy with us. We're going to make a little holiday drink, so I'm excited about that. Tell us what you have today.
Well, we just made some simple syrup. I try to tend towards going to cocktails that are you always have on hand in your house. Most people already have sugar. So today this is a simple syrup with cranberries. So I just did equal parts sugar to water, then put fresh cranberries in there, let it steep for about an hour, and then cool. And then we will mix that with the bourbon, and then top it with a rosemary sprig for garnish.
Oh, wow. Okay, so talk to me about making a simple syrup because that sounds so complicated. I hear people talk about that, and I see it in recipes all the time. I'm like, I don't know. That sounds like a lot of work.
It's so simple. Simple syrup truly is just equal parts sugar to water. Sometimes I tend towards not putting as much sugar because I think it can be, some people, I think the number one thing people ask when they ask for a cocktail from us is what is the least sweet. So I tend to go towards a little less than equal parts sugar to water. And then that's great because you can infuse anything from your garden. We do mint a lot and do a mint simple syrup. You can do honey simple syrup. You can do a rosemary. We do a rosemary julep often, and that's super simple. So truly you just start with the syrup and then you figure out what type of herbs or garnishes you want, and you can make endless different types of syrups to use and incorporate into your cocktail.
Okay. I'm inspired. So now I'm going to have to start trying that. While you're working on the drink, tell us a little bit about Leipers Fork Distillery. You guys are just down the street in Leipers Fork there. You've been there a while now.
Yeah, we have. So we started distilling in April of 2016. It took us a while to get through our county approval process. We had to change some laws, but anyway, so we started distilling in April of 2016. We make about 500 barrels per year, so extremely small batch in comparatively speaking with other distilleries. We're a true grain to glass distillery. We grow about 75% of our own our own corn. The rest of the grains, with the exception of a little bit of our barley malt, comes from within a 10-mile radius of the distillery along the Harpeth River Valley here in Williamson County. So what we're trying to create a terroir whiskey. You hear of terroir wine, so we want the whiskey to be a representation of or an expression of our surrounding area where we're getting our hyper-local grains and things like that. But yeah, so we make Tennessee whiskey and bourbon in equal amounts. We're a true whiskey house. And so, yeah, we're sticking to traditional methods of production that we can go into if you want to. But yeah, we're extremely small batch, grain to glass, local distillery here in Williamson County, and we've been doing well since 2016.
So when you guys opened in 2016, I remember you were one of the first distilleries to come back to Williamson County. Is that right?
Absolutely. So, Tennessee has a rich and colorful history when it comes to whiskey production, going back to the founding of the state. But we also had a convoluted history, our relationship with it as well. We in Tennessee, we had an extra 14 years of prohibition on top of what federal prohibition was. And so after federal prohibition ended in the 1930s, Tennessee actually kind of drug it out a little further. And when they allowed distilleries back, only 2 distilleries came back in 2 counties where George Dickel and Jack Daniels sit. So until 2009, you could not legally make whiskey in Tennessee except for three counties. And that changed in 2009, which created a pathway for us to start a distillery. And currently there's 2 distilleries in Williamson County. We're the first legal distillery in Leipers Fork in over 100 years. So that's kind of neat.
Yeah, I knew there was a story behind that. I couldn't remember exactly. That's pretty fascinating. I don't think I remembered that Tennessee held prohibition longer than the rest of the country.
We did for 14 years, even
That's
though
a long time.
it is, even though, Tennessee is so, music and whiskey is what the state is really known for globally. And, some of our bigger distilleries were the representation of a larger industry in the state going back to, like I said, the late 1700s. In 1896, we had 322 distilleries in the state of Tennessee, which is shocking.
Wow.
Now we have about 50 across the state, roughly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's something. Tell us about, we've seen the signs, and I talked to you guys, you said you didn't have a lot of information, but we're hoping you're gonna share some more. I gotta ask you about coming to Main Street in downtown Franklin.
Yeah, we're a little behind, but we'll be there hopefully, late spring and be open to the public. That's a dream that Lee and I've had since we opened up the distillery in Leipers Fork, and we're just passionate about downtown Franklin, and we knew one day we wanted to get back to Main Street and just help spread the word for our distillery, and not just our distillery, but our little town of Leipers Fork. And so when the space became available, we jumped on it. We've been waiting patiently for years, trying to find the right time and place. And so it's going to be fantastic. It's going to be a great tasting room, bottle shop, little production side of it as well. So it's going to be great. It's going to be something that downtown does not have. A lot of history along with it that we're excited to bring back and display for the tourists. As we all know, anyone who drives down Main Street and you see all the people, I think it's just going to be another fun added feature to the downtown scene and another experience. And, we hope that you can pop into us on Main Street, and then we would love for you to come down and see our flagship location to see where we make everything. But we are super excited about it. We would love to have already been open because I know we've had the space for a while now, but we're just being patient and doing everything right and open up with a big bang. And I think the town and tourists will be pleased with what we have that we're bringing to town.
Yeah.
And we're really kind of looking at the downtown location also is an extension of what we've been doing in Leipers Fork since 2016. A lot of people, even though we are known to a lot of Williamson County residents, a lot of people still don't even know we're there. And so, we wanted it to kind of be our embassy in downtown Franklin. We actually looked into moving onto Main Street in 2019 before the pandemic happened. And when that happened, it kind of sidetracked everything. So we're going to showcase, it's going to be a showcase for what we're doing on a larger scale down in Leipers Fork. We'll have, like Lindley said, a little experimental still in the back. And so anyway, just trying to be, we'll tell some of our Tennessee history that we were talking about. We'll have some curated space for that. And so it'll be a neat experience.
Yeah, you mentioned your flagship location. Just let people know you offer tours. People can come down and see what you do.
You do.
Yeah.
We're open every day of the week, but Mondays, and tours start on the hour at 11 o'clock. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we do have a 5 o'clock tour, but Tuesday through Thursday, the last tour is at 4. But yeah, we have tours every hour. We do recommend people booking online because the space is limited. And also, a fun thing we do is Friday, Saturday, and Sundays, we have a music window from about 1 to 4 where we have different artists that come out and sit on the porch and play music, and you can come out and have a cocktail. And now with this, fall weather in sight, we have our fire pits going, and it's just a fun family place. You can go out and sit down and have a drink and listen to some music. And occasionally we have food trucks out as well. You can look online and see what we have to offer for the week ahead to maybe just do something fun for the fall.
It is a great experience, and you have a beautiful place out there. If anybody has never been there, it is really
Thank you.
so picturesque out there. Are you guys still doing coffee? I know at one point you were roasting coffee. Are you still doing the coffee?
We are actually have it right over here. I'll grab it real quick.
We have a partnership with Bongo Java, one of the first kind of local.
That's funny. I was about to bring it
Yeah.
up. So yes.
They age their coffee beans in our freshly harvested barrels, and then they roast them afterwards. So it's
and you can find these Kroger, Our Place, the airport. Bongo is the oldest family-owned Nashville-based coffee producer in Nashville or in Tennessee. So we partnered with them years ago, right when we opened, and that's been a huge hit. I think that our number one online sales reorder is the coffee from all over the country. It's pretty interesting. I can always bet but that's a coffee. So people love the coffee. It is whole bean, so you do have to have a grounder or a grinder, I guess, for your coffee machine. But it smells great, tastes great. That's been a good fun thing for us, and it's always fun for Lee and I to be out walking through the airport and seeing the coffee with our sign, in different stores there. And so it's been a good hit for us.
Yes, I'm a fan of the coffee. I think I tried it. You guys were at some event and you were letting people try it,
Yeah.
and it has such a unique flavor. I love flavored coffees, but that is not like overpowering like some of them with like a vanilla or whatever. That is just a subtle.
What they do with that is they take our barrels right after we do a fresh dump, so meaning empty our barrels to get ready to bottle, and then they come and take the barrel, put green coffee beans in the barrel, and let it sit and kind of, I guess infuse for a few days, and then they roast it. So that's why it has that barrel finish flavor, bourbon finish.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. So if you guys haven't tried the coffee, go try the coffee for sure. I know we weren't going to talk about coffee, but I just remembered as we were talking.
I know.
It's amazing. Well, show us the drink. Can you make the drink for us real quick?
Absolutely. So, wait, hold that for me. So really, we'll do the Tennessee whiskey with this. And also, we did just release our rye. So we finally have our rye blend that we have on the shelves at the distillery and in your local package stores. So that's super exciting. I know a lot of people have been waiting for the rye. So that's a good thing to know. But anyways, we just put some whiskey in here, and then I'll just do equal part a jig of this cranberry simple syrup. And we'll do a stir. I don't even know.
Oh, I can see the color as you put that in there. It changes a little bit.
It does. Well, it's just the reds from the cranberries, and then I'll use my rosemary sprig as a stir because I don't know where my stir went. But fresh garnish is always fun, and if rosemary grows year round here, so does mint. So I love incorporating cocktails with things that are always on hand. So I just ran outside to the garden real quick and snipped this before we go, but. Smells great. So cranberry, rosemary, whiskey, and it's good. And you can top it also with club soda as well to kind of on it. But,
I like it, and then it looks good too. Like it looks like you went to a lot of trouble. People will think you're so fancy.
Oh yeah, and it's so simple. That's why it's called simple syrup. It's simple.
I love it. Yeah. Hey, thanks for joining us. Tell people where they can find more information. They want to do the tour or come and see you.
So if you can, and also this Saturday, we're having our annual Bourbon Bash benefiting Special Operations Retiring Veterans. All proceeds goes to it's on Veterans Day. So anyway, for the distillery, LF Distillery on Instagram, leapersforkdistillery.com on the internet, and then Facebook is just Leipers Fork Distillery as well.
All right, Bourbon Bash is at the factory, right?
It is this Saturday, just in a couple of days. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll have actually 12 different distilleries there, ranging from Tennessee to Kentucky. It's a really neat experience, tasting experience, a live auction, silent auction. We have a little live music and for a great cause as well.
That sounds great. Hey, thanks again for joining us. We'll check in with you again soon, so we can find out more about the Main Street.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you.
All right, see you soon.